reverse migration, people moving from the metropolitan into so many smaller places. So I think that opens up a lot of opportunity for growth in this country. The size of the number of young working people in India is much more than the population of the US. And that is a problem as well as a promise. So many things, right? Because nobody likes unemployment. Unemployment doesn't help anybody. Right?
That brews a lot of things that we don't want in society.
Many others, where a school principal or a school owner may have to take a decision most of the time, which doesn't follow the principles of profit maximization. It has to follow the principles of impact maximization, value maximization. Why are they entering this business and what are their expectations? What are the expectations in terms of return that they have?
Do they understand?
Do they understand it?
We'll go back to micro school again. I just want you to think outside the box for some time now. Not being an educator, not being a teacher, school leader, or a trainer. Think like a VC. You have so much money to enter India and invest in India, and that too in education. What is that aerial view that you have today with respect to the Indian K-12 segment?
I think the K-12 segment is booming in this country. I think there's a massive movement of people into tier 2, tier 3 cities. So in such cities and demographies and geographies, access to schooling may not be available at this point in time. There's a reverse migration, people moving from the metropolitan into so many smaller places. So I think that opens up a lot of opportunity for growth in this country. This country is huge, right? The number of people that are there is just huge, and we have the largest, I think, the demographic dividend is massive, right? The size of the number of young working people in India is much more than the population of the US. So while many of those countries are aging, I think we are a young workforce. And that is a problem as well as a promise, because these are incredibly skilled people who will add tremendous value in the economy, increase the GDP, make India the Vikisit Bharat initiative, all that. But it could also be a promise and a challenge. It could also be a challenge, or it could be a problem, because if these people are not skilled, what are they going to do? Then we'll have an unemployment crisis in the country.
Yeah.
Right? And that could be really, really bad for the economy.
And not just economy, the politics.
The politics, the economy,
society.
The society. So many things, right? Because nobody likes unemployment. Unemployment doesn't help anybody. Right?
That brews a lot of things that we don't want in society.
Many other things, right? So what we would need to ensure as the K-12 system is to ensure that anyone who gets out of any school is super skilled, is civil, who understands society, understands his or her place in society, understands how he or she can contribute in today's economy, and make our country great, and things like that. So I think that is why schools have incredible play in this whole situation. We cannot not do it. We have to do it because no one else is going to be able to do it. We will have to up the game in all our existing schools to ensure that the children that come out of these schools are going to be the strong demographic dividend that it's like...
That's where the capital comes into play.
It's like withdrawing money from a stock. You don't want the market to crash when you're withdrawing money, right? So for that dividend to really be, a promising rainbow-like dividend, we need to do our job well. So because of that, I think venture capitalists need to understand that this is patient capital. If they're going to try and get money out soon, it's not going to work, and it's going to be counterproductive.
Yes.
To the whole idea. And I think great opportunity for venture capitalists to show extreme amount of reverence and gratitude to the education that they received themselves from teachers who probably were more focused on their growth, the growth of their students, than merely profit. So I think that is very, very powerful and very meaningful. It's a particular kind of investor. It's a particular kind of VC.
Value above valuation.
Yeah, value above valuation, right? And the reason why this is hard is because in the US, it could be illegal for a CEO of a company or a leader of a company to take a decision which makes less profit.
Yeah.
Right?
And delay profit.
Yeah. Because the CEO needs to maximize profit for the shareholders. And that is a legal requirement, and the CEO could get into trouble. Whereas in schools, we have a different bottom line, right? So the idea of a double bottom line comes into picture, where a school principal or a school owner may have to take a decision most of the time, which doesn't follow the principles of profit maximization. It has to follow the principles of impact maximization, value maximization, building capital, which is not money, not financial capital, but other forms of capital. And if the principal or the head of the institution, if they don't take such decisions, then it should become something that you look down upon. So who are these VCs? Why are they entering this business? And what are their expectations? What are the expectations in terms of return that they have?
Do they understand?
Do they understand it? And things like that. So those are things that that need to be factored in. And having said that, there are tons of charities, tons of industrialists, tons of organizations who really understand it, and they play to that tune. They understand that this is foundation work. They understand that this is nation building.
This builds economy.
Yeah, it is nation building. And
not nation. The word is building the economy.
It goes into building the economy as well.
That means that's their future.
Yes,
for any business.
Correct. And we all want employed, happy, achieving, productive, meaningful, citizens of this nation.
And therefore, it's economics. Education to economics.
It is.